Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bangkok, and this is a person smoking cigarettes. Well, what's the difference? I'm sure we all know the consequences of smoking cigarettes. Lung cancers, heart disease. But unfortunately, living in a pollution-filled Bangkok is no different. According to Should I Smoke, a website featured on BBC and Bloomberg City Lab, we inhale approximately 6.6 cigarettes by breathing in Bangkok air per day. And that's 197 butts of cigarettes per month. I'm sure that none of us enjoy the idea of developing lung cancers, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, or any of the chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases. Unfortunately, Bangkok is now what we could call a large smoking room. So, how do we get to this point? According to a report by The Guardian, agricultural burning and cars are the major cause of air pollution. Now, personally, air pollution has been a very big hassle for me. And as a mere high schooler, I found myself struggling to concentrate during class. Instead, I have to use those energy to focus on getting rid of my runny nose and taking care of my constant sneezing and itchy nose. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one suffering from this issue. This smoking room causes countless lives to face respiratory issues. Our nose and throat are suffering from a period infection, and yet we fail to change. So why are we doing this? Why are we making ourselves suffer? Well, the simple answer is it's easy and it's cheap. It's the ease and the low cost of this negative human behavior that ultimately led to air pollution. So let's take a walk through our world, a place where cheap is expensive and easy is hard. So why would the farmer burn their crops? Well, farmers around the world must remove residue from their field after harvest. Burning them is the cheapest, easiest, and fastest way to do so. Unfortunately, as we now know, cheap is expensive and easy is hard. By burning the fuel, we might save some money in the short run, but long-term wise, we have to heavily invest in air purifiers and expensive medicines. Additionally, agricultural burning emits countless greenhouse gases, contributing to the overall global warming trends. Now, similar to the issue with agricultural burning, the overusage of private cars also creates an unnecessary amount of greenhouse gases and air pollution. As we all know, excess greenhouse gases is a major cause of air pollution. Now, people don't realize how significant and detrimental this is to our economy. According to a report by the Swiss Re Institute, if Thailand's temperature only rises by 3.2 degrees in 2050, our economy will already shrink by 44%. This means that our natural behavior to be cheap and easy with our daily lives is causing our wealth to decrease, making our life much harder in the future. Yet, we still pick easy and convenient and overuse our private car and burn crops. Now, air pollution is not the only major issue that we're facing. So please have a look at this. A never-ending forest of garbage. Now, I'm sure we all thrown something in the bin before. Unfortunately, humans have a tendency to no longer care for stuff that we've thrown away. Now, in reality, these garbage are cultivated into countless mountains and patches around the world. For example, the Great Pacific Ocean patch alone is triple the size of France. And as time continues on, this type of garbage will only increase. Yet, people turn a blind eye on this issue, and we don't change. Most importantly, we're continuing to use disposable plastic products and throw them away without thinking. So, disposable plastic products, why are we using them? Similar to the issue with air pollution, the answer is it's easy and it's cheap. Now, the thing about plastic is it doesn't biodegrade. Instead, it breaks down into countless microparticles that contaminate our environment. It breaks down into our soil, the earth, and it releases harmful chemicals that would later break into bits that fish, birds, and other animals eat. Basically, the disposable plastic product that we use once and throw away turn to microplastic that is now infused into the environment, our food source, and our lives. Yet, people don't change. According to a report by the United Nations Environmental Programme, up to 1 million plastic bottles are still being purchased every minute, while up to 5 trillion plastic bags are still being purchased every year. And as we know, cheap is expensive and easy is hard. By consuming this disposable plastic product, we have to spend countless amount of money on cleaning the environment and recycling our waste. According to NBC News, up to $6 million is used for each ocean screening, and that's a lot of money that can be used to improve our life. Additionally, those tasks is extremely rigorous. Now, that's not all. According to the United Nations report, in March 2022, 8.7% of Thailand plastic waste is being openly burned. This meant that there's even more air pollution and greenhouse gases, worsening the health of our environment and our lives. Yet, we fail to change. Bangkok is still a large smoking room filled with garbage. Now, there's countless things that we can do. First of all, we can start it out by driving our car less. For example, we can use public transport or carpool with others if possible. For say, if I want to go to a mall with my family, instead of going separately, I can travel together with them. Little effort like this is the major contributing factor for us to be able to live in a much convenient and healthier lives. Additionally, we can also plant and take care of plants at the comfort of our backyard or balcony. And lastly, we can spark numerous conversations with other people if possible, and advocate against agricultural burning. Now, during our trips to cafes, grocery stores, and restaurants, we must stop using plastic straw, bags, and bottles. Instead, we must bring our own. Even though this might be a bit more time-consuming and might take a little bit of planning, but little effort like this is our only solution for us to live in a much healthier and convenient future. Let's think twice and think long-term all the time. When we eat, drink, buy, and do, we have to pick inconvenient and discomfort now to be able to live in convenient and comfort later. Let's think twice before we act, think twice before we commute, and think twice before we purchase. Cheap is expensive and easy is hard. Let's embrace the change now. Thank you.